Just then, the dragon appeared right over the ridge. I swear on this mug, it was bigger than 3 barns.
Father, please, you speak too loudly. The neighbors will hear.
I have a daughter more talented than any in the land.
One day, the miller managed to get an audience with the king, and he could not help but tell a lie.
Story is long and tedious, Miller. My patience wears thin. I have a daughter who can. She can spin straw into gold. Gold, you say? That is an art that pleases me well.
The king commanded the girl be brought to the castle immediately.
If you value your life, you will spin all this straw into gold by morning.
The poor girl had no idea how to spin straw into gold, and her heart sank.
In the corner and began to weep, for she knew morning would bring her doom. But then the door opened, and a strange little man stepped inside.
Good evening, Mistress Miller. Why are you crying so?
I must spin this straw into gold, and I do not know how.
What will you give me if I do it for you?
My necklace. It is all I have.
Took the necklace, seated himself before the wheel, and began to work. Whir the wheel. Wheel went round 3 times, and whir, 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 the second was full too. Incredible. I have never seen such wealth. Gold only made the king greedier.
There is a larger room in the tower. You must do this again tonight.
The king locked her in a much larger room, filled with straw, and commanded her to... Again the girl began to cry, for she could not save herself.
What will you give me if I spin the straw into gold for you this time?
The ring on my finger. It is the last thing of value I possess.
The little man took the ring and began to turn the wheel once more. Whir, whir, whir! Through the night he worked. You shall be my queen if you can spin just one more room tonight.
The king's greed knew no bounds. He promised to marry her, thinking only of the riches she could bring him.
But this time, when the girl was left alone, she had nothing left to trade.
What will you give me this time? For the task is greater than ever.
I have nothing left. No gold, no jewelry, nothing.
Say this. When you become queen, you will give me your firstborn child.
But she thought, who knows if that will ever happen? And she needed to survive the night.
Promise.
King arrived in the morning. He found all he desired, and he kept his word.
Miller's daughter became queen, and for a time she lived in luxury, forgetting the terrible promise she had made.
And the queen brought a beautiful child into the world.
She cared for her child with all her heart, thinking no more of the strange little man.
Now, your majesty. Give me what you promised.
But I can give you riches! All the riches of the kingdom if you leave my child!
Something living is dearer to me than all the treasures in the world.
Queen began to grieve and weep so piteously that the little man felt some pity for her.
3 days' time. If by then you know my name, you shall keep your child.
3 days. She had only 3 days to find his name.
She sent messengers over the whole country to ask for all the names that there were.
They searched high and low, collecting every name they could find.
When the first day came to an end, the queen waited nervously for the little man's return.
Well, your majesty, do you have my name?
Casper? Or Melchior? Or perhaps Balthasar?
That is not my name. Try again tomorrow.
The day was lost, and the queen's heart grew heavier. She made inquiries of all the neighbors and searched old records for the most uncommon names.
Another day gone. What names do you have for me now?
Sheepshanks? Cruickshanks? Or maybe Spindleshanks?
No, that is not my name.
Second day was lost. The queen held her child close, fearing the worst. On the third and final day, the messenger came back late.
Your Majesty, I have not found a single new name. But I saw something strange in the forest.
Tell me, what did you see?
The messenger said, I came to a high mountain at the end of the forest, where the silver...
And before the house of fire was burning, and around the fire this ridiculous little man was jumping. Tomorrow I bake, the next day the queen's child I take. Nobody knows that my name is Rumpelstiltskin.
You can imagine how glad the queen was when she heard that name. Soon afterwards, the little man came in for the last time.
Majesty, the time is up. What is my name?
Let me think. Is your name Kunz?
Guys,
Is your name Heinz? Is your name Heinz?
come now, give me the child.
Wait. I have one last guess.
Rumpelstiltskin?
He stood perfectly still, as if struck by lightning. The devil told you that! The devil told you that!
He screamed and raged like a wild thing.
That's impossible! You cannot know my name! He struggled and pulled, but he was stuck fast. Terrible rage, he grabbed his left leg with both hands and tore himself right down the middle.
And that was the end of Rumpelstiltskin.
The queen held her baby close, knowing they were finally safe. And they lived happily ever after, never speaking the little man's name again.